Have you ever opened your phone for just a minute and suddenly realized half an hour has disappeared? You did not plan it, you did not enjoy it, but somehow your thumb kept scrolling, your eyes kept watching, and your mind kept wandering. We live in a world where silence feels strange, boredom feels unbearable, and every second must be filled with notifications, updates, and screens. But what if the real secret to a focused, peaceful, and meaningful life is not in doing more, but in doing less? In his book Digital Minimalism, Cal Newport reveals a life-changing truth. Technology was created to serve us, but it ended up mastering us. He calls this modern problem a lopsided arms race, where billions of dollars are spent to keep you glued to your screen. Every ping, like, and notification is designed to steal your attention, but Newport doesn't tell us to abandon technology instead. He shows us how to take back control. Digital minimalism means using technology with purpose, focusing on what truly adds value to your life and cutting everything else that doesn't. If you've ever felt mentally exhausted, distracted, or creatively empty, this book might just give you your mind back. If you're serious about reclaiming your focus and living intentionally in a noisy digital world, stay till the end because I'll share how these lessons can change your relationship with your phone forever. If you are new to my channel, then please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon to never miss the amazing book summaries. Chapter 1. Digital Minimalism. Cal Newport begins with a simple yet powerful question. If someone borrowed your phone for a day, would they find a tool or a trap? He explains how our digital lives are full of junk apps, notifications we don't need, conversations that go nowhere, and habits that add no value. Yet we keep them because they make us feel busy. But busyness is not progress, and connection is not the same as conversation. Newport defines digital minimalism as the philosophy of focusing your online time on a small number of carefully selected and optimized activities that strongly support your values and then happily missing out on everything else. It's not about deleting every app, it's about choosing technology with intention. He compares it to financial minimalism. Just like you manage your money, you must manage your attention because attention is the currency of the digital age. He shares stories of people who radically changed their lives simply by deleting unnecessary apps, limiting social media time, or replacing scrolling with real-world experiences, like taking long walks, reading, or having deeper conversations. They didn't lose anything, they gained freedom. But the question remains, how do you start? How do you actually separate what truly matters from what drains your mind every day? Cal Newport answers this in the next chapter, where he introduces a life-changing 30-day experiment that can reset your entire relationship with technology. Chapter 2, Digital Declutter. Cal Newport introduces a challenge reset button for your digital life. He calls it the Digital Declutter. For 30 days, you are asked to step away from all optional technologies, no social media, no unnecessary apps, no mindless scrolling. At first, it sounds extreme. Most people think, I cannot go a day without my phone. But Newport explains that this is exactly why you must do it. Because if something controls you, you don't own it, it owns you. The purpose of this 30-day declutter is not punishment, it's clarity. When you disconnect, you start to notice what really matters. Without screens filling every spare second, people rediscover hobbies, creativity, and peace. One person realized she loved painting again. Another found himself reading real books. Someone else reconnected with old friends in person. Newport explains that when we're constantly online, our minds never rest. But when we unplug, we create space for deeper thoughts and stronger relationships. After the 30 days, you are not asked to delete technology forever. Instead, you carefully reintroduce tools that truly serve your goals. The result is a digital life that feels lighter, simpler, and more intentional. If you feel overwhelmed by endless notifications or feel your mind is always on, try this challenge for just a week. You will be shocked at how much peace and focus return to your life. But as you gain control of your digital world, another challenge appears. What do you do with the empty silence that comes next? When you're no longer distracted, you meet someone you've ignored for a long time yourself, and that's exactly what Newport explores next. Chapter 3. Spend time alone. When was the last time you were truly alone, not lonely, but alone with your thoughts? No phone, no noise, just silence. Most people cannot remember, because today every moment of quiet is instantly filled with screens. But Newport says that solitude, real solitude, is not optional. It is essential for mental health, creativity, and emotional clarity. He explains that when we're always connected, we lose our ability to think deeply. We react instead of reflect, we consume instead of create. In solitude, we understand our priorities, our goals, and even our emotions. That's why some of the greatest minds in history, writers, inventors, philosophers, all valued time alone. Newport introduces the idea of solitude deprivation, a modern condition where people are constantly stimulated but rarely self-aware. And the cost is high: anxiety, restlessness, and the feeling of being lost even when you're surrounded by people. He suggests simple ways to reclaim solitude. Take long walks without your phone, drive in silence, journal your thoughts, schedule daily no-screen hours. In those moments, your brain begins to heal from constant noise. You start hearing your own ideas again. Before you sleep tonight, spend just 10 minutes alone, no music, no scrolling, no distractions. Ask yourself, what am I really thinking? What am I really feeling? You'll be surprised by how much clarity comes from quiet, but solitude is only one piece of the puzzle. Even if you find peace alone, how you interact with others online still shapes your mental world. In the next chapter, Cal Newport reveals the hidden emotional trap behind one of the most addictive habits of our generation: clicking like. Chapter 4. Do not click like. When was the last time you left a real comment or called a friend just to say you care? Today, we've replaced genuine connection with tiny digital gestures, likes, emojis, and short replies. Cal Newport says this modern version of connection is an illusion. It feels like friendship, but it's not. It feels like communication, but it's only noise. We've traded deep conversation for quick validation, and in doing so, we've lost the warmth of real human bonds. Newport explains that every like or heart icon gives a small dose of dopamine, a tiny rush that tricks your brain into thinking you're reconnecting. But real relationships grow through effort, presence, and emotional depth, things a double tap cannot replace. He reminds us that social media platforms are designed to make interactions effortless, because effortless interactions keep you scrolling, but meaningful relationships require intentional effort. He shares stories of people who decided to stop liking posts altogether. Instead, they called their friends, wrote messages, or met in person. The result? Their relationships grew stronger, their minds clearer, and their time online dropped dramatically. The key lesson: connection should not be measured in clicks. Next time you scroll through social media, resist the urge to click like. Instead, send a real message, make a call, or even meet that person, because every real conversation is worth more than 100 digital reactions. But once you step away from screens and stop chasing digital validation, another question arises: what do you do with all that free time you've just reclaimed? That is where the next chapter reveals something powerful: how to rebuild your life with meaningful leisure. Chapter 5. Reclaim leisure. Imagine having hours of free time, but instead of scrolling, you use it to create, learn, and grow. That's the essence of what Cal Newport calls reclaimed leisure. He says that humans are not designed for endless consumption. We are designed to build, make, and express. Yet, most of our leisure today is passive watching videos, liking posts, or binging shows. The result: we feel busy but empty, connected but lonely. Newport introduces a new way to think about leisure: active leisure. This means spending your free time doing things that energize your body, stimulate your mind, and connect you to the real world. It could be as simple as gardening, playing a musical instrument, reading, joining a sports group, or learning a skill. These activities bring joy, not just distraction. He also explains that structured hobbies bring rhythm and meaning to your days. When you start creating instead of consuming, your self-esteem rises. You stop comparing and start living. One of the most striking stories he shares is of people who, after deleting social media, suddenly rediscovered passions they had lost, from writing poetry to building furniture. It wasn't the apps they missed, it was themselves. Today, replace 1 hour of scrolling with something real. Go for a walk, read a few pages, or create something with your hands. Even one small change can start to rebuild your sense of purpose. But here's the problem: even after freeing yourself from digital noise and reclaiming your time, the digital world still fights to pull you back. In the next chapter, Cal Newport shows you how to fight back and win by joining what he calls the attention resistance. Chapter 6: Join the attention resistance. You think you control your phone. But what if your phone actually controls you? Every vibration, every notification, every red icon is a battle cry, a signal designed to steal your focus and shape your choices. Cal Newport calls this invisible war the attention economy, and the only way to win is to resist. Newport reveals that tech companies don't sell apps, they sell attention. Your time, your focus, your thoughts, all turned into data, ads, and profit. So he proposes something radical: become part of the attention resistance. A movement of people who intentionally take control of their technology instead of being controlled by it. He gives practical strategies. Turn off all non-essential notifications, because every ding is a distraction disguised as importance. Use your phone like a tool, not a toy. Set specific times for checking messages or social apps. Never let them interrupt your flow. Practice solitude. He says, solitude is where ideas are born. Spend time without input, no music, no screen, no noise, just you and your thoughts. Set rules for your devices. For example, no phone in the bedroom, or a no screen after PM rule. Each boundary you create is a wall protecting your peace. And as people apply these principles, something beautiful happens. They don't just regain time, they regain clarity. Start small. Pick one digital boundary, maybe disabling notifications or removing one addictive app. You'll be shocked how quickly you feel lighter, sharper, calmer. But Cal Newport leaves us with one last challenge. Digital minimalism isn't just about deleting apps or using less tech. It's about building a life so meaningful that technology becomes irrelevant. Let's explore what that truly means in the final part, the Minimalist Technology Manifesto. Chapter 7, the Minimalist Technology Manifesto. Imagine waking up every day with calm, focus, and direction. No chaos, no noise, no endless scrolling. Your time belongs to you. Your attention belongs to your purpose. That's what Cal Newport calls the minimalist technology lifestyle. In the final section, Newport says, the key isn't to use less technology. The key is to use technology with intention. Digital minimalists don't reject technology, they redefine it. They use it to support their goals, not distract from them. They build meaningful lives first and let technology fill in the gaps only where necessary. He gives 3 guiding principles. Clarity before convenience. Don't use tech because it's easy. Use it because it adds value to your real life. Quality over quantity. Choose fewer, deeper activities that align with your purpose. Intentional connection. Replace superficial online contact with genuine, real-world relationships. Newport ends with a truth that hits hard. A life well lived is not found in your feeds, it's found in your focus. Today, take the first step toward your own digital freedom. Choose 1 hour of solitude. Write down what really matters to you, your goals, your people, your purpose. Then use technology only to serve those things, because digital minimalism isn't about losing tech. It's about finding yourself again. Final thought, pause for a second. Look around you. How many moments have you missed? Not because life was boring, but because your eyes were glued to a glowing screen. We chase connection, but lose the real conversations. We crave calm, but live in constant chaos. That's the paradox of our time. Technology promised us freedom, but somewhere along the way it became our prison. Cal Newport's message in Digital Minimalism is not a rejection of modern life, it's a return to control. He wants us to remember our attention is the most valuable thing we own, and every moment we give to a screen without thought is a moment we lose forever. But when you take back your attention, you take back your power. You become the author of your time, the designer of your focus, and the protector of your peace. That's what true freedom looks like in the digital age. Now the real question is, what will you do with your attention? Will you keep scrolling, or will you start living? If this summary opened your eyes, then your journey has just begun. Because in the next video, we'll explore another life-changing idea: how to reprogram your mindset to match your ambitions. If this message resonated with you, hit like, drop a comment saying I choose focus, and subscribe to the channel, so you never miss another life-changing book summary. Your time is precious, your focus is power, and your future starts the moment you stop reacting and start choosing.